chicken. I mean, it's still pretty alive anyways. But the more we run, the better it is. The more we cast, the more fun we have. So thank you so much to you guys for supporting the stream with the subs, for literally making a brand new tournament happen on Friday. Thank you guys, you're awesome. Appreciate it. I did this as like a little bit of like just a crazy idea. I thought, you know what, start the week, let's see what we can do. And it took you guys 2 hours to break it down and just to hit everything. Like, crazy. Go you guys. Alright, next series up, our fourth best of 3 here today. We have to the top left-hand side the red Protoss player from Armor Team. It is ShoWTimE going up against the blue Zerg in the bottom right, Cham. So far we've seen Cham going 0-2 against Cass. And after the 0-2 against Cass, ShoWTimE also earlier went 2-0 against Mana. So that's what we know so far. And again, this is going to be the second Cham series we see. And we're going to be casting the rest of these Cham series going on from here as well. So we've got ShoWTimE versus Cham, then Mana versus Cham. Then we're going to cast the ZVZ between Guru and Cham. Then ShoWTimE versus Guru, Mana versus Guru, Cass versus Guru. And the final series we'll cast, it'll be ShoWTimE versus Cass to round up this group today in the WardiTV Christmas Invitational number 3. We've got Group D as well tomorrow, guys. Raynor, Sol, Rael, Geralt, and Braddock. It's actually a pretty funky group. And then our playoffs coming in on Thursday. Going to be a nice long stream with loads of matches for those playoffs. Going to be a whole ton of fun. So that's coming up on Thursday. We're also going to be casting Kung Fu Cup on the Thursday through the day. On Wednesday, I'm going to be casting the global playoffs of the 2018 has left the game. And we're also going to be casting on WardiTV in the evening and running a tournament called The Fight Before Christmas. I'm going to be casting myself solo on WardiTV that evening, running a tournament there. And you guys can check that out on Wednesday. Friday, obviously, we're going to run our bonus tournament as well. So I'll be casting on Friday. And then Saturday is going to be my first day off in over 2 weeks. So how about that? How about that? Loads of StarCraft is what I'm trying to say. And just keep on saying. Hadrick coming down on the third base. Twilight Council dropping. Gateway coming down. Earlier game opening was the Stargate. Straight into the Oracle. Skips the Phoenix. Now the Stalker was... where is the Stalker? He's just in the front. He does have a kill. Did pick off the early Overlord using that Oracle for high ground vision. So Stalker already has that early Overlord kill here. As it goes... see this Oracle going in towards the main. Drone transferring. There's a second kill as well. So ShoWTimE with 2 kills with that fast Twilight Council. Straight into Resonating Glaives. You know what though, Cham? This is something that a lot of Zergs don't do nowadays. Sending 2 Overlords across the map to scout. And yet here Cham is flying into the main. And seeing that Chrono Boost on the Twilight Council. So yes, it's a second Overlord sacrifice. But damn, is it worthwhile. Because he is actually going to be able to see that Resonating Glaives on the way up. So Cham seeing that... I mean, what else is it going to be? It's not really a setup for charge or anything. Glaives is obviously the obvious choice, I suppose. ShoWTimE will take a third base behind this. And obviously just waiting for that Glaives to finish before we'll see a bunch of Adepts generally wandering over to the bottom right side of the map and seeing what they can get up to. Lair coming through on the main base. Rotron is going to finish up on the natural as we see Creep pressing out on the map. 5 more Roaches on the way in here as well, so still trying to get these up. 6 more Roaches on the way in. A couple of probes being built. That third Nexus, as we previously mentioned, is on its way down. Again, all of these Adepts coming over. And it goes straight in towards this natural. And Cham has got Roaches on the way. The first few popping out now. The Adepts have already committed in. That's a Queen kill at the very least. Should definitely finish off the Queen, right? I mean, no reason not to. And then we'll start a shade away. So the Roaches are here for the most part to defend, but the Roaches are slow. So transfer between bases, these Adepts are able to get more damage. Fast pull away on the workers, so only 4 workers killed. Actually, a pretty good defense overall by Cham, I would say. ShoWTimE, some decent damage, but nothing overly crazy, as those Adepts do shade back out through the top side. So Adepts shading back out through the top, heading over to the left. There's Oracle from ShoWTimE coming through the center of the map as well, with a couple of robo facilities on the natural expansion currently on the way through. An Immortal starting up. Again, the charge in the main base is just over halfway along as well. As the Oracle's going to jump in and try and get a couple of drones here. Gets one so far. Looking for number 2, but doesn't find it yet. Oh, there we go. Number 2. Oh, number 3. Oh, no. Not quite. Not quite. 3 workers picked off as we're going to be seeing another drone. Still doesn't go down. Plus one missile attack from Cham is on the way up in the main base. So getting that going. A couple of hallucinated feelings. ShoWTimE really interested to see what's going on here. 1 hallucination, a little bit likely to kind of miss out on information, but 2 will not go down before he gets a full scout off. So he checks all the way through. You will see that infestation pit, which is going to indicate the swarm hosts on their way up. Oracle's going to come over through the center of the map and just going to be seeing ShoWTimE. Starting to work his way through these rocks, starting to deal just a little bit of damage. Just wants to stop the swarm host from being able to come in over here and kind of pop their locusts and fly over the rocks and having a safe escape. He's actually going to come forward, and if he catches those swarm hosts already, it's not a lot of them just yet. Oracle coming in too. Force field there grabs just that single roach. We'll just leave it to the Oracle to chase down. I mean, that is 1 swarm host kill straight up. I mean, that's really nice. Doesn't really have a chance to get another, I'd say. Obviously, Queen nearby. No Hydras down or anything, so no switching up into Hydras anytime soon. This is just the style of play where the goal is from Cham to go in with the Locust as kind of, you know, a forward kind of position. Oh my god. Oh, ShoWTimE. 3 swarm host kills already. Going for number 4 right here as he drops around. Oh, this is just crazy. He's doing so much damage at the moment. Drops down again. He is not going to be able to get anything just yet as those locusts flying in. Still not going to quite find enough. Ling is going to run forward too. So again, the idea is use those locusts as buffer and then just try and swarm your opponent with that, what is kind of one big attack until the locusts go down. Then you kind of back away and wait for the next wave. But of course, if you don't start to pick away at the army of ShoWTimE, that army's going to get bigger and start really dealing with this. Man, this Oracle's going huge. I mean, those are 2 Ravagers that will just go down as well, right? Like, there's no way to save those. He just doesn't have any anti. Yeah, okay, a Queen comes forward. He'll save number 2, but that was the only way he's going to save anything there. Without Hydras on the map, that's just crazy. In the center, a couple of Immortals popping forward is going to pick up a Queen kill nice and quickly. Meanwhile, we see DTs are swiping their way through a couple of swarm hosts on the bottom side. Again, getting damage all over the place. They come in towards the Lings and the Ravagers and the Roaches here. The swarm hosts attack in before anything else, which just means that it's just not the way it's meant to be done. These units are all meant to attack together as one big swarm. And it's just not happening at all. And these Immortals have now picked off like 4 swarm hosts with the one that the Oracle killed. That's 5 swarm hosts dead, and resources lost is not meant to look like this when one player has locusts. It's meant to be the other way around, probably. If it's even meant to be that bad the other way around. This is just crazy. ShoWTimE is just showing us some absolute elite skill at the moment here. As we're going to be seeing Immortals lifting up back into that prism. Zealots, Archons, Immortals all pushing through up to the top side here. Locusts are going to drop down. I mean, again, the Locusts will generally deal a lot of damage right away. The rest of the Archons weren't in the front to deal with the Locusts very easily. Is ShoWTimE probably thinking where to drop these Immortals down to kind of keep them safe, but also get good damage done. He is getting extra shots off. That's 2 more swarm hosts killed. A couple corrosive battles come down, but ShoWTimE doesn't care. He's just going to keep on pushing across the map. He finds the Overseers in the middle as well, which are trying to be response to DTs. I mean, could have killed a couple more of those if he really wanted, I feel. This time, Battles will kill the Prism. Okay, ShoWTimE makes a bit of a mistake there. Was not meant to lose the War Prism with this attack, I can tell you that much, and he might just completely change his plan of attacking at all as he starts to pull back through the center of the map. Hive about to finish. Spire on the way up as well in the main base as we do see these Roaches. Well, taking a little bit of damage to begin with. Locusts are going to start flying in. That Archon surrounded, going down on the right-hand side of this. More corrosive bars as the Immortals kite backwards. That's still just going to be enough from ShoWTimE, isn't it? He's just got such a good setup here. As we see these units continuing to press through. And those Ravagers and Swarmers just gathering in on the 4th base. Spire on the way up in the main. And the Oracle setting up on the top side as well. with more of these Immortals and Archons still just gathered up. So that's coming in from the left-hand side, and we'll want to try and charge on forwards and maybe get a couple of those Ravagers here, perhaps. Doesn't find the opportunity to do so just yet, though, so... Locusts just flying in, but I mean, the fact that Locusts have already been popped so far away means they're barely going to get any real attack time on this army. Those are some nice biles, but I mean, this Oracle, by the way, has just got 11 kills, and it's like a Swarm Host and so many more expensive units. Attempt to go into the Grey Spire here from Cham is obviously a nice idea. It's a nice way to try and switch things up, but obviously with ShoWTimE already spamming roaches in towards the main, he knows about it at the very least. And he's actually going to turn and start fighting that now. I think, yeah, turn and finish the Spore Crawler, but he actually might even just be able to get the Grey Spire. Maybe not. The DT and the Zealot's going to back away. There's a Prism here to get them out as well, so you can keep a couple of those units alive. It's just a big distraction, really. He just wants to push forwards to the top side of the map, where he's going to find himself a couple Spine Crawlers right away. This fourth base is just in a lot of trouble, and that will go down before anything else happens, realistically. I mean, Ravagers coming in, but a couple of them already down. The Locusts starting to move forwards. The Biles will just split away against, and ShoWTimE will just back away, losing maybe a couple of units here. Oh, well, doesn't even need to back away. He just says, I can fight this. This is another few units to the Biles, and he's just going to go to the top right. He'll find long-distance mining drones. He'll find another hatchery, just taking down any option for Cham to start getting back into this. Stalkers have Blink, and he continues to warp them in, preparing for eventual Broodlords. Can Cham even afford Broodlords? I don't think he can. He's got 2 Corruptors on the way, make that 4, but he is drained of money. And so he's not going to get a scary amount of Broodlords up. At most, he'll just get a couple. And that's very easily dealt with just Stalkers and Archons. Stalkers have to blink back there again. A few more Corrosive Biles coming down. There's the Locust popping up in the sky. Going to start coming in towards the rest of this army. Couple of drones dead at the moment as we see DT and Zealots going onto the Great Aspire. Corruptor comes in, tries to target the Prism down. Is trying to warp it as well. It's going to be seeing the Stalkers are blinking forwards here, picking up a whole bunch of Ravagers. I mean, those are the sort of kills that are going to really matter. Biles again. ShoWTimE doesn't care. It's just like standing out in a little bit of a, a light drizzle of rain. You don't really mind. It doesn't matter too much. You're not really getting actually wet. It's just sort of an ambience that's created. And right now, the ambience is just Corrosive Biles tickling Immortals, popping shields. But there's just nothing else to follow up to that. 4 Broods are about to finish morphing in, sure, but again, the Stalker count's already pretty good. He's going to back away from the Locusts maybe, but really, again, just any second now. Stalkers are going to blink on top of those Broodlords. They're going to go down very quickly. There goes number 1. Here goes number 2. Maybe needs another blink, but again, you guys get the idea. Game is cold, and ShoWTimE just cast leading up to Christmas. So I really want to try and rest up when we're done casting a day and not do bonus marbles. We can maybe do a couple of games, but I honestly can't do like 4 hours of marbles afterwards, because I just can't. I just really just don't want to potentially mess up my voice, Yeah, Christmas Eve marbles. Does that sound good to you guys? That's our Christmas Eve stream. Marbles all day. Not all day, but Christmas Eve, like, evening or so. Marbles Monday and Tuesday next week. Well, Tuesday is Christmas Day. So sure, why not Christmas Day and marbles? Let's do it. Maybe, we'll see. Top right-hand side, our red Protoss is ShoWTimE up a game in this best of 3. Bottom left, our blue Zerg is Cham. You heard it, I said all day. We'll see what I have to do on Christmas Eve. I haven't thought about it yet. I don't know when I'm going to be busy. So yeah, there'll be a bunch of marbles though, guys. Again, I know we didn't do marbles last week either. Because we were casting on base trade. It's just been a bit of an unlucky couple of weeks because we've just had so many tournaments going on. We haven't really had much chance to do anything else. We'll see how fast we finish up tonight as well. Like, if these matches keep on going super quick, I'm not against doing maybe like an hour of marbles maybe, but I really can't do like 40 games for the championship or anything that we usually do, Maybe we can do like an hour or something. Again, we'll see how I feel. If you guys want to try and buy me over as well, you guys know I'm a sellout, so if If you guys want to try and buy me into destroying my voice to cast marbles, then, well, sure. You know, what can I say? I'll do anything for money. Anything! You know, I even running an extra StarCraft tournament on Friday for money. That's when you know you've hit rock bottom. Running extra StarCraft? Ugh! What's going on? No Wardy socialize on Christmas? Dude, my Christmas day will be over at like 2 or 3 p.m. We need K9, dude. I think K9's just gone. Yeah, even that. Even StarCraft. I will sing solo as to run StarCraft for money. Overwhelmed, thank you so much for the Twitch Prime sub to kick us off into this game number 2 of ShoWTimE and Cham. Thank you for supporting the stream, buddy. How you doing? Welcome to the family. Don't forget, guys, subscribers do get replay packs. All of these replays will be going out to subscribers. Our most recent replay pack has Maru replays inside it, as well as 200 plus other games from top-level Korean and foreign players. So do check that out if you're interested in some replays going out to subscribers very regularly. But yeah, my Christmas day, like, I do family stuff until like 2, 3 p.m. and then I'm just done. So honestly, I don't see why we couldn't do marbles. We probably could, so maybe we will. Maybe we will. Maybe we won't. Love this from ShoWTimE. Changing it up quite big. I mean, honestly, this is one of the things that really kind of defines a great player from like the best of the best. The players who will have so many different builds per matchup, and they are just going to be so good. They're just going to be so good at always moving around with their units, and they still know all the timings, they know what to do in all these circumstances. It's just, you can learn to play one build really well, right? And that build, when you do it, obviously, you'll probably be a lot better than if you do another build. And the difference is, if you do the same build again and again, you become counterable, people know what to do. And it's so tough to play against someone who will just do so many different things. And obviously all the pros do different builds all the time. But the best of the best have like a different build per map. Even if it's like a similar idea, but the small differences they make. I just love it. ShoWTimE. Just showing us different things. And it's really from one extreme to the other here. From like an Oracle, no Phoenix at all, into like double Stargate Phoenix. Port! Chill out on the poster. I'm working on it. I'm trying to find it. You know what, Port? Send me a cheeky message later, reminding me to look for the poster when I'm going to be at home. And I will look for the poster, because I didn't check where it was meant to be. And if I find it, I will get it posted to you immediately. I promise. I feel really bad about this poster, so your guilt tripping is working as well. That's what annoys me the most. It's actually working. It makes me feel bad. I'm sorry, Port. I'm sorry. Roaches and Ravagers pushing forwards with Queens. This isn't all in from Cham, who is obviously changing things up himself. So double Stargate Phoenix. I mean, the Phoenix are going to have a lot of lifts available. Want to lift those Queens right away, of course. Get rid of anything that can actually target down the Phoenix here. And then start making your way through Ravagers. Maybe go Ravagers first even, because the Queen damage isn't that scary. Doesn't go for anything just yet. Probably waiting for these units to break through the front and maybe waiting for the fight. Okay, here we go. I mean, Queens have to be lifted because you get rid of the transfusions. That's actually big. Cancels one of the lifts up there. Loses a couple of Phoenix to those vials. Nice force field to keep those units out a little bit longer. Phoenix just need to get one more Queen, and now they can focus up on these Ravagers. Ravagers being picked off here and there. So a couple of Ravagers are going to go down. Okay, some more Ravagers dropping here at the moment. Roaches in the mineral line, but only just now a probe starting to fall. These couple of Stalkers have lasted a long time as well, dealing out extra damage. It's an Oracle on the way next to maybe clean up the Link Flood, which is generically going to follow this. It's very easy to, reinforce with Zerglings, right? Because they move across the map very quickly. So an Oracle makes a lot of sense and able to kind of deal with that. Another Ravager going down. Hazard being warped in, trying to buy time. The Link probe count now starting to drop just a little bit. Here comes the Oracle. Probes will pull in to fight this as well. The Oracle from earlier will also pop its energy. The Phoenix are dead out of energy. 16 workers down. Cham is droning, so there's no more reinforcements after this. I think this is a cleanup from ShoWTimE. Although those Lings are still around, and they are causing a little bit more issue here. ShoWTimE pulling back towards the natural. Another Zealot warping in. He's actually going to make a wall up here, so that Zealot will have to warp in. Probes come in to surround. It's going to be a 20 worker deficit, but you got to remember that ShoWTimE's army supply is huge. He's got all of these Phoenix to harass with, and that's going to make Cham's life a little bit difficult. Port, thank you so much for the 2 gifted subs. Coming out to Zibilu and QQXQ. Interesting names. Thank you so much for the 2 gifted subs, dude. Thank you so much, as we're going to be seeing 6 workers going down. I mean, someone asked you if you gifted 100 subs to me. And, yeah, you know, you've gifted 334, but have you ever gifted 100 at once? Maybe next year. That's actually, I think about it, and actually I've seen, obviously we had Whoosh go crazy that one day and drop 100 gifted subs. When you think about it though, like 100 subs at once is just ridiculous. Like, it's like $500, like, bonkers. I've seen a stream as well where they've had like people drop 100 subs back to back to back or something. I was like, you just got like $1,500. The stream was just sat there like, oh, thanks for the sub gifts. Oh, life's so difficult. I had to wake up at like 8 AM today to do my makeup to stream. That's actually what happened. I was like, are you fucking joking? Like, you just got 1,500. Some people blow my mind. Phoenix are going to go after a couple of overlords here. And going to be getting rid of a whole bunch of damage. Fire comes up, going into the Corruptors. That was one of the responses that we saw a lot when this double Stargate Phoenix was very popular over the course of 2018. So Phoenix can't really fight very well against Corruptors, although ShoWTimE keeps making Phoenix, so he might be able to with the amount that he has. 12 drones down as well. So I mean, again, we said that obviously Cham had a big worker lead, but that's been cut down to a 10 worker lead, and obviously the fact he has to keep remaking drones to stay in that worker count really gives ShoWTimE a huge army supply advantage now as well. Transfuse from the Queen to that Corruptor, keeps it alive. What streamers does Wardy watch? I was honestly, it's just one of those random things where like, I tuned in somewhat, I can't remember why, but like, I just sort of out of nowhere was on this person's stream, and I was like, what the hell like is going on? It was crazy. Ay. What's up, Aricon UA coming in for the 200 bits, saying sponsoring my backup Friday plans. Love it, dude. Thank you so much. And yeah, thank you so much. As you see a Phoenix going down there, a couple of Adepts coming forwards. Yeah, the Roddy Fury +1 and Andean Pulse Crystals wreck Corruptors. You know what else wrecks Corruptors? Just having too many Phoenix, or just having Void Rays. I mean, honestly, the setup here from ShoWTimE is looking fantastic here to maybe close out game number 2. As we do see those Phoenix all coming around to the bottom side of the map. And again, looking for opportunities here to pick up some of these workers to get some further damage done. Queen's going to find themselves a Phoenix up in the sky. Nice pick off. Twilight Council, Forge, and Robo continue to come down here as well. +1 missile attack still coming through. +1 flyer attack on the Spire. A couple more stasis wards just being dropped down into position with a couple of voids still overhead. Here come all of these Phoenix over to the left-hand side. They're going to want to fly on in towards this mineral line, and again, just look for so many drones. These Overlords are farmable on the right-hand side as well, so much potential over there. As we're going to be seeing a bunch of these Phoenix getting kills already. Corruptors across the map, though, actually don't have much to back them, don't have much to stop them. I mean, the Void Rays are kind of just on their own, so Cham is going to find some damage here. I mean, he gets the 2 Void Rays, 2 of the 3 Oracles that were out. I mean, the Phoenix are not with any Impulse Crystals, so he doesn't have that range to fight the Corruptors. More Corruptors coming through. I mean, ShoWTimE's army is starting to transition into a ground army, so I feel like more Corruptors aren't needed. How far is Cham off of, like, I mean, no Infestation Pit, right? So he can't make these Corruptors into Broodlords or anything. He is just stuck with Corruptors. ShoWTimE does start up 2 more Void Rays. How interesting. Can't Corruptors outrange Voids? No. Voids counter Corruptors very nicely, but obviously not when there's 2 against, like, 16. The idea is there's meant to be the Phoenix in front of the Voids, so even if the Corruptors come forwards and dive deep to kind of kill the Voids the Phoenix are going to get a lot of damage onto the Corruptors during that time anyways, or the Archons will, because the Temple Archives is now on the way up. Honestly, these Corruptors are not really much of a threat still, I feel, because now the Phoenix will just avoid the Corruptors, dealing damage wherever they can elsewhere, and while they just pick off Hydra after Hydra after Hydra, by the time Cham really gets ready to push, there's going to be such a ground army, and the fact he's so heavy on Corruptors, it's just going to do nothing, really. That comeback? Is it really even a comeback, though, Port, do you think? Because I honestly feel as though ShoWTimE was in good control of the game early. Like, I know he lost a lot of units, or a lot of workers, but he still had all of those Phoenix, and Phoenix are always going to be guaranteed damage almost, so especially because Cham had to do a lot of preparation for that and was almost guaranteed to lose stuff, I don't really think it was necessarily ShoWTimE being too far behind at that stage. Half the workers on 2 bases? But he also had, like, over double the army supply. I don't know. I just like arguing with you, you know? Anyways, Storm on the way up as we do see a little bit of an attack up to this top side 4th base. Coming in right away here. Wardy confirmed bully? No, I'm just having a nice, meaningful discussion with you. Isn't this what you've always wanted? For me to actually pay attention to you in the chat? Isn't that why you give me loads of subs? I say your name. Kappa. Well, Cham has got himself in towards lurkers here, so he's getting himself into the next stage. What's interesting is these Phoenix are still kind of good against lurkers. Lifting them up in a fight, dropping them back down means they have to reburrow, and that actually saves you a whole bunch of shots coming in from them. Lurkers pushing through to the bottom side of the map. Corruptors coming forwards. And this is a lot of Lurkers just going to burrow Zealots. Going down. I don't know how well prepared ShoWTimE really is to deal with Lurkers. I mean, his army's not bad against it, just does he have enough? It's a lot of Lurkers, like a terrifying number. And it's hard for him to push forwards with the Corruptors in the sky as well. Makes this a little bit tough. Corruptors do come in and just snag themselves a quick little kill on a Phoenix there. Those Lurkers are just holding position. I wonder if it's worth pushing into this from ShoWTimE. I don't think it is. I think the base is already gone, so no reason to attack into the Lurkers. If you ever attack in, you want to be attacking in as they kind of get into position the first time around, right? Yes, Caustic Spray will force the units to come in, and that means that the Corruptors will get a couple of kills here as they... Well, actually, just Phoenix, really. The Void's actually doing a pretty good job of shutting them down. Corruptors have fallen as Cham is still pressing forward with this army through the south side. Void Ray is on its way up, about to finish. +2 attack, about to finish as well with the Infestation Pit from Cham. Coming up on the main. Getting ready to go into high-tech. 8 more Lurkers, are you kidding me? He's going to have 22 Lurkers on the map. That's so many Lurkers. So many Lurkers. It's actually kind of crazy. Lurkers backing away. Revelation again dropped down on those Corruptors, and just going to be seeing this army still pressing forwards. Void Rays want to get involved. Oh, well, there come the Corruptors, but the Storms are pretty good. And obviously, Storms against those naturally clumping Corruptors is going to be really deadly. I like this position for ShoWTimE as well, though. He's really stepping forward so that these units can't get in position ahead of time. And he's also switched up into Tempest production. Now, Tempest are going to be very good against Lurkers if they're just sat back and really kind of taking a position, because you can just slowly chip away at them. You kind of need the Tempest against the Lurkers at this stage as well, I feel like. As this is kind of nice, though. You can fight these front few Lurkers without fighting the rest. Probes, though, in range as they try and transfer to that base. Tempests have a lot of work to do, so they need to get going. Time to go, Tempest. We see the Voids flying in as well. I mean, honestly, just damage on anything right now is good as he looks for a Storm, perhaps. Lurkers, unburrow, reburrow, pressing forwards. The Voids are going to go prismatically aligned, fighting those Corruptors off. Well, honestly, time for them to go forwards and get rid of some of these Lurkers, and the Lurker count is starting to drop. Still messy for ShoWTimE, though. He's lost 7 probes as well, and his 4th base is under fire, so time is kind of ticking away for him. The sooner he takes this and cleans it up, the better, because he can maybe save himself a 4th. Of course, if he cleans this army out, it's been super expensive with how many Lurkers were involved, so it's also a big win for him. As we see those Tempests firing from a distance, and Corruptors continue to fall as they try and get something done here. ShoWTimE showing us a lot of patience at the moment. Currently supply block though after losing the Nexus. Extra Corruptors show up to try and get rid of these Tempests. Storm's coming down all over the place. The Corruptor's taking a lot of damage, but there's no real kind of solid anti-air on the ground besides Storm. So without kind of any Archons or anything, there's nothing to follow up on those Corruptors. And now it's just a ground army against Lurkers, and there's still a ton of them. ShoWTimE is starting to lose his Nexus, so it's kind of now or never. You never really want to take this fight. The first couple Storms coming down, the rocks go down, which means he can actually press in a little bit more easily. Remember, the Corruptors are kind of dead weight in the sky. Now that Storm on the Corruptors has to dodge with his Immortals, though, his own Storms, because otherwise he'll be in trouble. Only 4 or 5 Lurkers remain, but is it enough? It probably is. Those Immortals do not want to go in just yet. They wander forwards. 2 of them go down. This Lurk Archon's going to go down as well. And that's GG. Cham ties us up 1-1 in this best of 3. Get a game free to this game because we're already into it. So I just don't want to waste too much time and stuff like that. But I'll get you guys that got subbed during the last game or so up on the tree ASAP. It's game 3. Great to see a third map here tonight. Obviously, it's a bunch of 2-0s aren't all that fun, right? So kind of set up into this and getting going. I was watching the WardiTV cast of Cyril versus Tasia. And what? Is this the real Wardy or Rifkin in a cosplay? This is actually Rifkin in a Oh, guys, don't forget to subscribe, donate, and give me money. No, it's actually me. That was just... Nah, I got you guys, though, didn't I? Got you! Top right-hand side, our Red Pros player is Armor Team's ShoWTimE. Bottom left-hand side, our Blue Zerg. This is Cham. Side up 1-1. Cham with, honestly, a bit of a weird game. Like, I thought ShoWTimE was doing very well, and... Yeah, I don't know what else to say. It was one of those weird games. Like, I feel like the massive lurkers just caught ShoWTimE a bit off guard, and he just wasn't able to respond and be ready for that in time. Guys, don't stop being mean. We respect all the members of the StarCraft 2 community here in the chat. You will get messages removed and timeouts if you start shitting on people. You're very welcome to your opinions, but there are ways to state them without being overtly negative. Stargate hiding away on the bottom side of the main. Okay, well, obviously early game PvZ is absolutely exhilarating, so we'll just wait to see what comes out. I'm actually intrigued though. Does an Oracle first again with the Stalker probably once more wants to kind of bypass the Phoenix, which is what he did in one of the earlier matches, so okay. You're welcome to your opinions, but your opinions are shit. It's not that. It's like you're welcome to have your opinions, but I mean, if your opinion is that someone is really bad, there's actually no real reason for you to say it here anyways, right? Like, you know, it's just not going to promote a good discussion. It's not going to be useful. It's not exactly criticism because they're not watching the stream to learn, you know, to see what you guys are saying either. So, realistically, there's just no reason to say it. And it only creates chat into a bit of a downward spiral, you know. Oh, cool. Coming across then. It is a Phoenix as a follow-up then. Interested by the Stalker, which is just sat in the wall off at the moment. Queen from Cham starts to deal some damage. That Oracle taking quite a few shots so far. Stargate dropping in the main base as we are going to be seeing the again, Gateway going down at the front. Phoenix on the way out from ShoWTimE. And continue to build them. That second Stargate, obviously, going into the same kind of plan as the last game, I guess. Only, obviously, last game he did get set a little bit off counter by the fact that he got all-in early in the game. This game he'll just get to play his double Stargate Phoenix style without issue or complication, obviously. Rotron's about to finish here from Cham, as we do see the third hatches starting to get saturated as well. ShoWTimE is with the Phoenix production underway. The one big thing about Phoenix openings like this is holding the third base can be a bit more difficult against Ling spam. Obviously, Cham doesn't go for Lings at all here. Obviously just has a lack of information as general as to what's going on, so ShoWTimE will kind of get away with that here. And because it's a Roach-based opener, well, he'll be pretty happy about it. Phoenix coming back around into the middle. Lings from Cham. We're going to try and see what's up. Obviously, there's not a lot of Lings, though. But you can imagine if there's like 20 to 30 Lings here, and you have like mostly Phoenix, it's basically like one Oracle and 3 Adepts to try and deal with that. And generally, you would get a cancel on the third base at least. Couple drones go down as Phoenix fly in towards the main, so just getting a couple kills over here. Is this actually Roddy playing under ShoWTimE's account? Yeah, double Stargate Phoenix, 2 games in a row. Dun dun dun! Couple of robots coming up in the natural expansion, just getting this going. A pylon comes down on the third base as well. We still have the Stargate up in the main. Phoenix over here is still harassing though and doing a good job of it. 5 drones and we'll go to 6 and 7, make that 8. We'll end the count. StarCraft in numbers. Phoenix just going to be still moving around, seeing what's up. 8 Hydras on the way up. I was going to say, I really like that Wush's message saying sorry to Port got played. You're right, we should never apologize to Port. We should always just be really mean to him. No being nice to Port, guys. You will get timed out. And Phoenix flying around here a little bit. A couple of Immortals coming out of the natural expansion as well. So getting those up as we do see again. The Phoenix are going to come in towards the natural. A couple of Queens looking to poke them away. Being very passive, obviously, from Cham. Difficult to move out against those Phoenix. And, well, the Phoenix haven't exactly been using all of their energy. But you can see some of them have some real high energy counts. Even using them on Zerglings. I mean, debatable. But, I mean, better than letting the Phoenix kind of hit cap energy and go to complete waste. More roaches coming up. Roach speed, Hydra speed, extra roaches as well. Now, Temple Archives from ShoWTimE just dropping down in the main base as well. 8 minutes passed in this game. And honestly, everything open to really happen still. The only Roach Hydra at the moment. Generally, you transition in towards Lurkers off of Roach Hydra. As, oh, the Phoenix take a bad route out of the main. Over some Hydras there, and some damage is dealt. Phoenix heading up to the top left corner. There's again Lings and Roaches. The Hydra's getting set to go. Immortals. Going to be able to get rid of a whole bunch of these rocks. Roaches, sorry, with the good force fields. I don't know why I said rocks of all things. Roaches, I guess, kind of look like moving rocks to some extent if you really want to try and justify it. Phoenix just picking up a couple of reinforcements as well, so ShoWTimE stopping Cham from being really comfortable going into this fight as the Lurker Den coming in. And Cham is getting to that stage of the game where we've seen him be very comfortable before. Obviously, in that last game, the Lurkers really were the turning point where Cham was like, okay, well, you know, right now I kind of feel good about doing this. I kind of feel good about what I can get done. So yeah, going forwards here, ShoWTimE is looking to see what he can get done as well, of course. Maybe looking to attack before the Lurker Den comes down. Try and push this base. It's a very powerful position here. It's a kind of a choked up area. And it's difficult to flank around. So the force fields make this a very viable position to push into. No storm available yet though. So you got to be very careful as ShoWTimE. Look at that set of force fields. And that hatchery is taking a lot of damage. It will go down. 4 force fields here and a recall out perhaps would be one way of doing it. You could probably just walk home now as well with those force fields. Some roaches coming around the other side, but there's no way they're going to jump on all of those immortals. And there we go, the Lurkers on the way up. What a well-timed attack by ShoWTimE. Comes in just before the Lurkers, gets some good damage done. gets out of there, really losing nothing at all. Brilliant play from our Protoss from Germany. Not just a defensive machine, but also knowing those crisp and really just brilliant timings to get in there and really take the most, make the most of it. So you're going to see a couple of lurkers going to burrow and move around to the side. You see Zealots are going to charge forwards. They're going to go straight for this hatchery on the far left. So Zealots dealing quite a lot of damage. Hatchery is going to go down. So Hatchery going down. Drones pulling back over to the right. Roaches coming over as well. And they're going to be able to pick off a whole bunch of these Zealots too. So, I mean, the hatchery already being killed. That's the big thing is... Oh, ShoWTimE finds the army on the other side. Oh, no. Everything goes down from Cham. Disaster. Storms were obviously awesome all over that army. And suddenly Cham loses all of his lurkers, most of his hydras. And now there's a war prism in his main base as well. ShoWTimE is just absolutely everywhere. So it's picking off a queen between the Spore and the Lair. We see some units out in the center of the map from ShoWTimE as well, pushing around to see what's going on. And we are going to be seeing a couple of hydras picking up that Zealot kill. And ShoWTimE will continue to press on forwards here with these few units. We're just coming in along the top. Storms not quite yet ready. The High Templar just building energy. But honestly, the army composition of Cham is just nowhere near what it needs to be. It just doesn't have the lurkers or anything involved anymore, right? And that is a big deal right now. As we have Immortals pressing forward, Zarkons too, and looking to try and shut this down, clean the rest of this up, and see ShoWTimE continuing to stay undefeated in this group, although dropping a map, looking a little bit shaky. Immortals still in play. Storm on the drones! Oh my god, that was actually brutal. As Cham will pull in everything. And, well, another storm. ShoWTimE just having fun, of course. As this will be game. ShoWTimE takes a 2-1 victory. And will be looking